All right, chat. We'll watch one more. We'll watch one more. You guys remember the AstroWorld shit?
Lost their lives at AstroWorld Festival in Houston, Texas on Friday, November 5th.
Dude, I actually knew like several people at the AstroWorld Festival where people were dying. It's kind of crazy. Like I actually had friends where what's it called? I actually had friends that I saw their Instagram stories where all that shit was going crazy.
Dozens were hospitalized and hundreds were injured.
300
Overcrowding,
hurt.
a poorly managed festival, a drug injection rumor, stampedes, an artist that promotes this type
Drug
of
injection.
behavior, and a poorly titled song/promo strategy are among the main topics that are making AstroWorld Festival the most
So
devastating
sad. I didn't
concert
realize it was
in
that
hip-hop
huge.
history.
Wow.
What actually happened to cause these deaths is a little fuzzy right now. The general reports from fans and attendees are that the concert was so overpacked, squeezing bodies together, which led to people not being able to breathe,
so
then
crazy.
passing out and unable to escape the crowd to get help. Attendees said that it was so overpacked that if you put your hands up, the little amount of space would be filled to the point where you couldn't put them back down. Dozens of people were passing out and falling on top of each other, literally being stepped on and laying on top of each other in the crowd. And their screams for help could not be heard due to the obvious loud music, lack of staff, and lack of awareness from other people in the crowd who could have helped. So that's what people are saying. So what did the report say? Houston Fire Chief Samuel Pina said the crowd, quote,
Samuel Penis?
began to compress towards the front of the stage, which triggered panic and caused some injuries. And Houston Police Chief Troy Finner urged people not to jump to conclusions about what caused the surge. Per reports, they don't know what caused the surge, nor do they know what caused the deaths. However, reports do say that at least 11 were in cardiac arrest. Sudden cardiac arrest can be caused by no pulse, no breathing, lack of consciousness, chest discomfort, etc., which makes sense due to the packed crowd. And according to a key source connected to the festival, the surge and widespread panic came from, quote, someone in the crowd went crazy and started injecting people with some sort of drug.
What the
causing
fuck?
Panic and then a surge.
Were they in Gotham? Was it the fucking, what's his face? Scarecrow?
So despite all of the attendees saying it was impossible to move and the crowd was squished together, some crazy person was able to run around and inject people with a drug. Not a lot of people are buying that story and are seeing it as a way to poorly cover up the obvious mismanagement of the event. There has been one official report of a security officer who was pricked in the neck with something while reaching over the railing to handle someone. He went unconscious and was given Narcan to revive him. Narcan is used to save someone from overdosing on opioids, so we can't really count out that story just yet. But Travis wasn't oblivious to what was going on. He stopped the show multiple times to get people in the crowd some help. This ominous video of him singing while watching a young man get carried away by security was a tough one.
Yeah, dude, I remember that. Like, there were people getting fucked up and carried away. He just kept singing. Look at this.
Singing while watching a young man get carried away by security was a tough one. A lot of people were appalled by Travis's ability to watch that and then keep performing. On the other hand, people passing out at shows, let alone a Travis show, is fairly common. Could be a lack of hydration, drugs, exhaustion, etc. Plus, 90% of the audience doesn't realize what's happening because they can't see. So he's humming and singing to keep the rest of the crowd engaged, and then he'll proceed with the show when the young man gets out safely. I mean, performing is his job, so he had to keep doing it. But then another time, Travis is clearly looking at the little ambulance servicing the crowd right in front of him. He says, "What the fuck is that?"
What the fuck is that?
And is trying to find out what's going on. You can see he's standing, he's looking around, he looks very confused, very concerned, but then doesn't do anything about it and immediately follows up with a middle finger to the sky and "I want to make the crowd shake."
I want to make this motherfucking crowd shake, goddamn.
I'm not even one to say that he should have shut down the show and stopped performing, because you also have the argument that could have caused a sort of riot of its own, and maybe people could have been so angry that they stormed out, making it probably 10 times worse. But he had to stop multiple times, and this chaos is not new to him. I feel like it's reasonable to cut the music, scan the crowd for 60 seconds, ask if everything is okay, turn on the lights. I mean, you can find hundreds of instances on YouTube where artists and bands have done the same thing.
Hold up. Yo.
Hell
we got a little problem up here.
Pick him up right
Everybody
now.
up.
That's the name of the Suicide Boys concert
Sorry,
too.
you guys. We gotta look out for safety first, for real. Nobody gets hurt. That's number one.
But Travis has been known to promote this culture of shit up in rage. He got arrested in 2015 at Lollapalooza for telling the crowd to jump the gate and fight the security. He literally started a riot. And it's fine to rage and go crazy if that's your thing, and it's totally fine for Travis to want his shows to be sort of wild and crazy, but promote it along with the message of, hey, let's rage, but take care of the person next to you. Pick someone up when they fall. Get someone help if
So he's establishing a history of Travis Scott being irresponsible at his concerts.
They're hurt. Respect the security and the people around you. If 50,000 people came to that show to embrace something that Travis created, they will listen to him when he pushes that positive message. It's about having fun, not being violent. Now, the blame cannot entirely be put on Travis. It's not like he was the one booking the venue, hiring the security and the medical team, and all the nuances of the event. I imagine he said, this is my idea for the event, this is what I want. And then his management, his team, and the people that he works with.
That's what the actual dome looked like?
99% of the work. And when that was done, he was briefed on it all, and he just said, let's do it. There's no debate that this festival was poorly managed. There was very obviously not enough medical staff ready for these emergencies.
Shit.
An ICU nurse who attended the concert as a fan instinctively tried to help 3 or 4 injured people around her, since they were, quote, eyes rolled back into their heads and bleeding from their nose and mouth. She said that there was only one ambu bag, which is a device used to help people who are not breathing adequately. There was one stretcher and one AED or heart defibrillator. Teenagers were trying to do CPR but were not doing it the right way. And even police officers had to come in and do CPR for people. And this was just in her immediate surroundings.
That's
but you would think a festival would have dozens,
who is she?
Hopefully hundreds of trained professionals ready for this type of situation. We also saw clips of people begging for Travis to stop the show.
Stop the show! 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 Stop the show!
And on the video, it kind of sounds like a lot of people chanting it, but there's no way the whole crowd is saying this. And there's no way Travis could hear them. There's also a clip of people begging him for help, and he's smiling. Again, he has earpieces in, and the microphone that we hear that's picking up those screams could be hundreds of feet away from Travis. Nonetheless, it's very scary, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody screaming for help at any concert that I've ever been to in my life. Also, another big clip was circulating of a girl begging the cameraman to stop the show because people were dying.
That's crazy.
Again, there's a chance that that cameraman didn't even hear them. Loud music, and he has headphones on. He may have just thought that they were crazy fans trying to get a better view of the show. He's so focused on doing his job, there's a good chance he wasn't even listening to what they were saying. I suppose there's even a chance he didn't have communication with the management of the festival. I'm not necessarily excusing him from blame, but his mentality was probably just, I gotta film the show, and this person needs to get off my little stage. AstroWorld Festival 2021 is the deadliest rap concert in history, and the second deadliest in American history. Just 5 other concerts had more fatalities due to overcrowding than the AstroWorld Festival. The Love Parade Festival in Germany, July 2010. 21 deaths.
Wow.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
I didn't know that.
December 1979.
I love overcrowding
11 deaths.
festival.
Mawazine Festival,
Gay pride.
Morocco, May 2009. 11 deaths. Indonesian punk concert in the West Java province, February 2008, 10 deaths. AstroWorld Festival, Houston, Texas, November 2021, 8 deaths. Again, these ones that I mentioned are due to overcrowding, stampede, suffocation, etc.
Imagine dying
there have
to
been
a
a
Travis
number
Scott
of
song,
more deadly
Scott
events
song
due
playing.
to fires and other
That's
violent
crazy.
acts. Usually overcrowding is
You're
not
getting,
something you have to worry about. So I really don't like the
Scott's
argument
playing
that if you can't handle a crowd, you shouldn't go to these concerts. You're entitled to safety at these events. You pay a lot of money for the tickets. And there are thousands of large events all over the world every year that are properly managed, safe, and
you guys
enjoyable
like
for
going
all
to like
attendees.
mass
You
events
shouldn't
like
be
that and
risking
just
your
being
life
in
for a
massive
concert.
amounts of
That's
people
insane.
like that?
Now you might be wondering how this event got so overcrowded. Well, at the beginning of the day, you could see fans were storming the gates, literally stomping on others to get in. Again, Travis has encouraged his fans to break into shows before, and this was a problem for all of the previous AstroWorld festivals. But because you have all these people breaking in on top of the show being sold out, you're going to get overcrowding. These events are planned and designed to be able to manage a certain number of people. In this instance, it was
all those people
50,000 expected attendees.
Bro, imagine your bum ass show up to a concert without a ticket and like expecting to break in.
Now, the Houston Fire Chief Samuel Pena did say that there are no occupancy limits for outdoor events in this area. So I imagine there is some wiggle room in the case that there are more than expected attendees. And there's absolutely no way for us to know just how many people broke in. But I believe one of the problems that rises with these barriers is that divide the crowd into 4 sections. Now, I don't know if there were barriers on these ends, which would make the squeezing even worse, but I doubt that they had them there. But with the influx of people that didn't pay, you're just going to have more and more of them rushing in, pressing people up against these barriers. I mean, those pathways in between are essential for security to get through and medical staff. I understand that. And festivals all over the world have similar designs. But knowing that people are
AstroWorld didn't have
2018
one?
and 2019 had the same exact problems, maybe not having as many barriers could help. It looked like in 2019 they didn't have any at all, but maybe they just had one in the middle. Again, I'm not 100% sure. But this makes it very hard for people to leave the crowd. I mean, you can see here when there's this overwhelming amount, the crowd just kind of moves like liquid. You can't control your body.
Crazy.
So when they start expanding and moshing, the ripple effect happens.
Wow.
But with the barriers there, it just ends up squishing people on those edges. Here you can see someone who appears to be totally knocked out from this. There were a number of people pitching conspiracy theories about the timing of his release, escape plan, as well as the dystopia promotional materials.
Yeah,
I think it's irresponsible for me to entertain these theories, especially when we're talking about people losing their lives. Nonetheless, it is kind of weird. Travis has made a statement, Live Nation has made a statement, and everyone involved, but they're just the basic PR type apologies where they're more just protecting themselves legally. Because if you say, I'm sorry,
that
then
Travis
you're
Scott
guilt,
apology
lawsuits
was
are
kinda
coming.
whack.
One has already been filed just a couple days later. As far as what happens legally, fines, reparations, none of that matters to the families who lost their loved ones, and none of that will make a difference if things don't change moving forward. I hope that hip-hop fans who attend these concerts look at this and think, okay, next time, I'm going to look out for the people around me. I hope that other artists promote having a good time in a safe way. I hope that the culture as a whole can learn from this and make a positive change so nothing like this ever happens again. And I wish nothing but health, positivity, and good energy to the families of those who lost their loved ones.
Do you think Travis Scott on some demonic
as well
shit,
as anyone who's negatively affected by it.
Wow, for real. Dang, rest in peace to all these people. Wow. Wow. That's fucking heartbreaking. Here, I'll show this kid's face. He deserves to be seen. And my face was covering it. Alright.
Is this